What's your extension over there, Adam?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Dr. Sneath.
Dr. Samuels, we are live whenever you are ready to begin.
Thank you so very much. Good evening to everyone. On this Wednesday, July 14th, 2021, I'd like to officially call our special meeting to order. On that note, I would ask that we pause our videos in preparation for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and good evening to everyone once again. I ask that Ms. Anderson, if you would please engage in roll call.
Mr. Pittman, Ms. Fowler, Mr. Williams,
Present.
Mr. Thompson Leader, Ms. Robinson,
Here.
Ms. Wilburn,
Here.
Ms. Carreras, Mr. Carter, Mr. Thompson,
I'm here.
Dr. Samuels,
Present.
Mr. Selmer,
Present.
Mr. Terman,
I think Mr. Terman is in the attendees list.
I'm trying to promote him to a panelist, Ms. Anderson. I'm just having some trouble. We'll get him in
Oh.
here.
okay, and Ms. Anderson is present.
Thank you very much, Ms. Anderson. Are there public comments this evening?
There are no public comments this evening.
Thank you. On that note, I'd like to turn the meeting over to our solicitor, Ms. Allison Peterson.
Good evening. There is one matter that is on the agenda under section 3 for tonight's meeting, for this special meeting, which is the vote on the Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School application that is pending before the school district and before the receiver. The receiver, as the appointed authority for the school district, has the obligation to act on that application within the timeframes established under the charter school law. And so that is why this matter is being brought forward tonight for a vote and an action item in front of the receiver. The receiver has the ability to either grant or deny the charter school application for the Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School, and that is the first action that must be taken this evening.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson. So Dr. Samuels, on the agenda, item number 1 is we're requesting the court-appointed receiver action, which is to either grant or deny the charter school application filed for the Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson, and thank you, Mr. Selmer. This evening, I do thank you all very much for joining us this evening. And this is a very, very important matter. I would like to make a few comments this evening, and I would ask that you engage with me while I read the comment. This evening, I am considering the application filed for the Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School. This is the second time that I'm considering such an application filed by this applicant for a charter school. of the same name, and that is Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School. This initial application or the initial request was denied in February 2020. The Harrisburg School District received the current application on March 30th, 2021. The pending application was processed in compliance with the charter school law and the school district's adopted policy and procedure on charter school applications. A timely first public hearing was held virtually on May 10th, 2021. At that hearing, the applicant gave an opening presentation and answered initial questions about the application, and then time was granted and set aside to receive public comment. However, no one submitted public comment in support of the application. The Harrisburg School District then held a second public hearing on June 30th, 2021 to obtain additional clarity about the applicant's contents, to receive the administration's evaluation and the application, to provide the applicant with an opportunity to make a closing presentation, and to take public comment. Again, on June 30th, 2021, no one submitted public comments in support of the application during the second hearing. I must vote this evening on the application within a timeline required under the charter school law, which requires a decision to be made no later than 75 days from the date of the May 10th, 2021 hearing. My decision at this special meeting tonight is within that timeline. I have carefully considered the complete record before me. The record includes the charter school application, supplemental documents submitted by the applicant, all of the exhibits identified at the hearings, the information provided during both hearings, and the applicant's concluding document. I have carefully evaluated the record based upon the standard set forth in the charter school law. It is my conclusion that the application does not meet those standards and should be denied. The reasons for my decision to deny the application are explained in the written adjudication that I am adopting tonight. As more completely set forth in the adjudication, the grounds for denial include the following deficiencies. The applicant did not provide demonstrated sustainable support for the charter school plan by teachers, parents, other community members, and students, including comments received at the public hearing. The applicant did not demonstrate, in terms of its support and planning, its capability to provide comprehensive learning experiences to students, as that has been articulated in the charter school law and interpreting case law. For example, the applicant did not do the following things. The applicant did not provide a complete curriculum and educational program that fulfills Chapter 4 requirements, is aligned with Pennsylvania standards, and adequately reflects services to be provided to all learners, including English learners and historically underserved students. The applicant also failed to provide a curriculum and instructional plan that is reflective of the unique components of its healthcare focused model and mission, including nursing instruction, college level coursework, internships, or apprenticeships. The application and the applicant did not comply with the Pennsylvania law in terms of its submission of its governance documents. The applicant also failed to establish to establish the proposed charter school that would be able to be and to comply with the charter school law and be a viable entity from a budgetary perspective. The applicant did not properly or adequately address other issues as required under the charter school law. Based upon these deficiencies, I find that the proposed charter school would not serve as a model for other public schools. For this reason, as the court-appointed receiver for the school district, I am denying the March 30th, 2021 application that was filed for the Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School and adopting the adjudication in support of the denial. I further direct the Harrisburg School District's legal counsel to take all necessary steps to communicate these actions to the applicant and all other required entities. Based on the denial of the Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School application, I am formally approving the adjudication in denial of the charter school's application for the Pennsylvania Nurses Middle College Charter School.
Thank you, Dr. Samuels. I will turn it back over to Ms. Peterson to make sure there's no any other items we need to take care of from a business perspective before we close the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Selmer and Dr. Samuels. There are no other items with respect to the charter school application that need to be addressed pursuant to the directives that Dr. Samuels has provided. I will ensure that the appropriate notices are sent out as she stated in her comments.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Peterson. I'll turn the meeting back to Dr. Samuels. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Peterson, and thank you, Mr. Selmer. As noted, there are no additional items to be addressed in relation to this matter. So therefore, I am officially adjourning this evening's meeting. I thank you very much for joining us this evening and for participating in this special meeting.